MAGA comes to talk. Well, I turn on the news first thing 'cause at 5 because I've done my show prep. I've gone with everything. I know what I'm going to cover and discuss, and I always tune in to what the lead is going to be on the mainstream media just to see where they're going. And of course, with them, everything's about Iran and will the president strike Iran? We're getting mixed reports about the number of executions, well, really the murders that have been committed um, against the Iranian protesters. And um, I'm on the side that he should strike the Iranian regime. If there's ever been a good time for these dissidents to stand up, it's with Trump in the White House because for the first time ever, they've truly had somebody in the White House who's going to support them and help them and back them through, an uprising against the Iranian regime. Nobody else would have done this other than Trump. So this is their time. And if we could get rid of this insane leadership in Iran that's been there since 1979, the world will be a lot safer, won't it? Absolutely, it'll be a lot safer. The President Trump's very reluctant always to use military force, right? He's been an anti-war guy, but it's like Bill O'Reilly said, who talked to him this week. He said the president and him had a conversation, Bill O'Reilly, about what to do with Iran right now, and Bill O'Reilly's advice was strike if you can move the needle in favor of the protesters, of the dissidents. So I think that's what he's going to end up doing. I really do. Let me get the car on. At least that's how it looks to me. You guys agree with that? That he'll do some type of strike to weaken the Iranian regime. What that would be, I don't know. I mean, what could he do to weaken the regime where they'll back off the dissidents? Because some reports say they've executed 2,000, but we really don't know. At least the mainstream media don't know. I would imagine that Iran is filled with CIA agents and Mossad agents, wouldn't you? Probably always has been. So we could and we could have people at the upper level of the government that are CIA or even Mossad at the upper levels of the Iranian government that have a lot of access, so that know exactly what's going on. And if it's true that they've executed 2,000, that's insane. That's an insane amount of people. How can you let a country get away with that, especially a country that's causing so much trouble? And remember, Iran has had hit squads after President Trump since he took out Soleimani. So, he's got a personal stake because the current government of Iran are after him, and he certainly doesn't want them around. Now, I've not done this before, but I'm using the microphone from my Meta Ray-Bans, and you guys could let me know in the chat how it sounds. But this is the mic from the Meta Ray-Bans, not the phone itself. So I'm not too sure how it'll work. I've done some testing with it, and it seems to work fine. But you guys can let me know in the chat how the audio sounds. The test I've done, it sounds great. Sounds okay, yeah. Yeah. It's not as good as my clip-on mics that I use. But I forgot to grab those when I left the house today. I have them hooked up to the charger. So there's going to be some type of action against Iran. What that is, we don't know. But what could he do? My first thought is, if you want to bring down the regime, would he knock out the power plant in Tehran? I don't think he'd do something like that because we just have to rebuild it. I don't know. Does it sound great? Okay, good, good, good. I don't know what he would strike to tip the scale in favor of the protesters. Do you? I have No idea. It's another rainy day here in South Florida. Yeah, these Meta glasses are great. I wear them a lot. I don't wear them when I'm on the air because I have I have to wear reading glasses. I have 20/20 vision, but I have to wear reading glasses like everybody else my age. And these have non-prescription lenses, but they have the bifocals in them. So I can read the chat and everything. But if I'm on the computer, it's a little inconvenient. I got to look up and everything. So I wear my cheapo reading glasses I buy on Amazon. I get a whole box of them for like 10, 15 bucks. But I wear these a lot, and these Meta glasses are when I first got them, I was talking about it, they're the biggest advancement in gizmos since the iPhone. I have the Ray-Bans. They have other styles too. And these are transition lenses, so they're like sunglasses. They're absolutely amazing. I didn't think I would care for them that much, but I do. And now that it works with the mic here, I don't have to when I'm um, out streaming, I don't have to go around with my wireless mics that I use to stream all the time. So that's, it's just another piece of equipment I don't have to carry around. So I will talk about that on the program today, as well as Trump's comments on the um, leader of Greenland who says they want to stay with Denmark. I thought that was brilliant. So we're going to talk about that and break that down, and some updates and discussion on that amazing reporting from on the Secret Service guy from JD Vance's team. I mean, that was just crazy. James O'Keefe has had his biggest story drop since the Acorn story, which was the story that made him famous. So we've got a lot to cover on the program today. If you're new to my channel, my name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. On the next stream, I'll be in the studio taking live calls. So make sure you're subscribed, click the notification bell, and you can call me live on the air on the next stream from the studio. Who says Greenland doesn't want us? Why? Because the prime minister of Greenland that's in bed with Denmark says so? That's like saying when Biden was president or Obama was president, because they didn't agree with us, that America doesn't want this. America hates Trump. Well, Trump just came back and got reelected. So, and believe me, to become the prime minister of Greenland, you've got to be so in bed with Denmark. He's a puppet for the colonialists. It's so interesting how the liberals, so much of their argument in favor of illegal immigration is that America is not a legitimate country, that we're colonists, and all this stuff. They hate colonists. But here you have the liberals siding with the European colonists, Denmark. And I'll tell you, the liberals, they hate white people like the plague. You don't get much whiter than Denmark. So Denmark, they're as white gets. They're colonists, and the liberals all of a sudden are siding with the white colonists. It cracks me up. I'm going to get into that on the show this morning. Cracks me up. But those are some of the main topics. So I'm going to cover the Secret Service story that James O'Keefe broke on JD. There's business with Greenland, what we're talking about with Iran, and there's quite a few other things going on too. But those are going to be maybe the three. Certainly the biggest two will be the Secret Service story and the Greenland story. And for some reason, the mainstream media, they used to love James O'Keefe, and they don't like him as much as they used to for whatever reason. But James O'Keefe's story on the JD Vance Secret Service guy is massive. It's not getting anywhere near the attention that it should. And I covered it on the podcast last night. It's amazing. I'm going to cover it again. Very foggy this morning. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so if you're just joining, I'm using the microphone on my Meta glasses, which I think works pretty good. The things that these Meta glasses can do just blow my mind. It's like we're living in the future, guys. It's like I'm a time traveler with these glasses. I was watching some clips of the Golden Globes with this Nikki Glazer. She sucks. She's not funny. Her comedy was very amateurish. Her delivery is wooden. I don't know how she got that job. But she did. Sounds nice and clear? Yeah, well, good. Well, I guess they've lowered the bar of who they give Golden Globes to, if she's got him, because she's not at the level to be doing something like that at all. I was shocked at how amateurish she is. So, you can tell with the way the president's talking that it's a done deal with Greenland. He has just decided, and we're going to take it. That's it. That's it. He has decided, and he's going to take it. It's his. That's it. He wants it. He's going to get it, and he's not going to let them stand in his way. I don't see any indication that Trump is going to start short of the United States getting Greenland. It just blew me away the size of Greenland. That it'll be a bigger acquisition of land than the Louisiana Purchase, which just blows my mind away. Well, I keep TV, although I don't watch the cable unless there's breaking news. I need the news. I need access to the news because I'm in the news business. So, F ice. So what, like if you have a Coke or a Pepsi, you just, you know, have it warm. You don't like ice in your drinks? Well, okay, to each his own. But if I didn't need it for the news, I'd get rid of it because I know I don't watch anything but streaming apps when I use things mostly. But I definitely need access to the news on TV in case there's a breaking story. I did whatever. Got to do what I got to do. But plus the cable, the television aspect is cheap. I've got the fastest internet you can get, right? And the TV portion is really cheap, so I'd still have to pay for internet. And I got to have super fast internet because of my live stream. Although there's a guy that I watch on YouTube, and this was interesting. The carpetbagger who was friends with Adam the Woo, and he's on a cruise right now, on a celebrity cruise, not on one of our ships. I forget which one he's on, and he did a live stream yesterday from his cruise ship, and it was a spectacular connection. So, because the celebrity cruise, that's where we're taking our MAGA cruise in March, of course, on the Celebrity Beyond. You guys are invited. And this year on the cruise, I'm going to live stream from the cruise ship. And I did some short live streams last year, but I didn't do like my regular live stream that I do like in the morning. And this year, I'm gonna live stream from the cruise ship. And I can when I saw the Carpetbaggers live stream, I was blown away. It was spectacular. He was on the deck doing a live stream, and it was great quality, and he maintained it. And it was during the day when people are up and drawing on it. Celebrity has the Starlink internet from Elon Musk, which is amazingly fast. Yeah, rest in peace, Scott Adams. I'm so glad though that he accepted Jesus before he died. I really am. That's amazing. So, I hope he's in heaven right now. What do you guys think about that? I played this on the air on my podcast yesterday of Candace Owens talking about her dream where Charlie Kirk spoke to her from purgatory. I mean, she's lost her mind and then some. She's out of her freaking mind. I'm expecting her to start. I know I played it on the podcast yesterday. Check it out. And I'm expecting her to start asking her listeners to help get him out of purgatory. Yeah, she had this dream that she was at the funeral of Netanyahu's wife. So Candace Owens dreams of Jewish funerals. I mean, she's just nuts. And Charlie Kirk was there speaking to her from purgatory, telling her that he was betrayed and by Turning Point. Very strange, very strange. She's a narcissist. Yes, yes, that's for sure. But she's got that. Being a narcissist is only one of her problems. She's um, she's totally crazy. Well, Alex Jones, difference between her and Alex Jones, the question is, she's crazy. Is Alex Jones crazy or does he just act and hype things up, right? But Candace Owens is certifiably insane. When, Charlie's telling her at the funeral of Netanyahu's wife that he was betrayed. So she's being sent on a mission from the great beyond, from purgatory, from Charlie Kirk. And I would not be surprised if she uh, says that she's got to solve this mystery and find who betrayed Charlie Kirk to get Charlie out of purgatory. She could go that direction. Would you be surprised if she went that direction? Mm-mm. I wouldn't at all. No. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell. On the next stream, I will be in the studio taking your live calls, so you can call me on the air. Oh, I'm a narcissist too? Okay. All right. Oh man, there's when you see me put my face on every one of my thumbnails, then maybe you can talk about like a lot of people. There's one thing a lot of YouTubers do. I don't know if you've noticed this. A lot of YouTubers that do vlogs, right? And they go and do vlogs. They always got to, if they're not on camera, they like to be on camera. If they're not on camera, they'll show their hand pointing at things. They got to have their hand on the camera, in front of the camera, so you can at least see their hands. It's very bizarre. There's a lot of narcissism on YouTube. There's no doubt about that. She's not alone in her narcissism, but she's totally crazy. And I can't believe she told. All of us have dreams, and dreams mean nothing. Dreams are just random thoughts in your head. They mean nothing, and we all have dreams, but sharing them publicly on the air like she did, oh my goodness, how embarrassing. I don't, I don't dream as much as I used to. I used to dream more when I was younger. I don't dream so much anymore, but maybe it's because I'm just too asleep to dream. You know what I mean? My schedule's so crazy that when I'm in bed, I don't have the energy to dream. But I have dreams. I had dreams this week. I'm not going to share them. I mean, dreams are meaningless. Yeah, and then you forget a few minutes later. You wake up, you can remember a dream for a split second, and then it disappears from memory. I don't know. And all these people that are into what dreams mean and books and all that stuff, they mean nothing. It's just your random thoughts in your head while you're asleep. That's all. They mean nothing. But Candace Owens is being spoken to by Charlie Kirk from purgatory and through the dream world. And if my wife was having dreams of other men, I would not be happy, especially if she's out there bragging about it and telling the stories on you know, on YouTube. Would you would you guys? No. Mm-mm. Yes, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I believe that she had the dream. I don't think she's lying that she had. So I do believe she had that dream. Or at least part of it. She might have overblown it because you know how dreams are. When you first wake up, you remember it. And then 10 minutes later, you forget. I mean, I know I had a dream the other day because when I woke up, I remember thinking that was a strange dream, but I can't remember what it was now. Yeah, exaggerated. Yeah, because she had too much detail about the dream. You know, dream analysis used to be a big thing, and people would, you know, wake up and write down their dreams and then just try to figure out what the meanings were. And there were books out that you could look up. This was long ago. You could get books where you could look up things that you dreamed about, and this is what they meant. But she's looking for a new angle to keep things going. So communicating to her from purgatory through her dreams, Charlie Kirk is going to lead the way for what she does. I mean, this is, we'll see if she does it again. And dream interpreter, yes, that's what they were called, dream interpreters. That's correct. So the mic from the Meta glasses, I think, is pretty good. Don't you guys think? The audio when you're talking on the phone or listening to music or something is incredible. And I don't use the Bluetooth in the car anymore. I just talk to people through the glasses, and everyone tells me that when I'm talking on the phone through the Meta glasses, that it sounds better than actually through the iPhone, which I was surprised. So, well, get used to ice in Minnesota. These lunatics in Minnesota think they're the equivalent of the Iranian protesters. They think Trump is like, the Ayatollah. So that's, that tells you where their mind is. They're completely insane. Thought it was interesting, though, that federal law enforcement are investigating Renee Good's wife and her role in everything that happened and in that day. And remember, she said it was her fault. She got her to go there. She talked her into it. And, of course, she's the one who said, drive, baby, drive. Right? Drive, baby, drive. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Good. That one of the women from the Salem witch trials was named Good, wasn't she? Or was that? No. What was the name that Ben Franklin used when he would write newspapers? Wasn't that Good? Ben Franklin would write letters to the editor of his brother's newspaper, and he used a fake name that was a woman. Was that Good? Or was Good one of the women from the Salem witch? I can't remember. But it is a name. It's one of those two. I'll have to look it up. I cannot remember the name that Ben Franklin used when he wrote the letters to the newspaper. I'll look it up. I'm undercaffeinated. I've got my coffee, but it's cooling off. I haven't drank it yet. Sarah Good. That's right. See, I got a good memory. Sarah Good. Sarah Good. That was the Ben Franklin fake name that he used. Yep, Sarah Good. Thank you guys very much. Yes. A good memory. Yes. Oh, man. All right, well, listen, guys, I got to run and get ready to be on the air. Make sure you're subscribed. Click the notification bell. I'll be in the studio shortly taking your calls. See you.